Hello! Welcome to the studio. Of course you know I'm Stephanie, but this is Brooke. Brooke is my granddaughter who is 6 years old, almost 7, and she wants to know what I'm gonna do today. So she's gonna watch me shorten sleeves. This is a long gown that has gathered sleeves with a band. It's too long. We're gonna take 5 inches off, and it's gonna be so much better for her because she hates to have the sleeve coming down over her arm because she doesn't want it to interfere in what she's doing. So there are just basically 3 steps we have today. We're going to deconstruct, which means we're gonna take this out and take it off without making a hole. Then we're going to cut off 5 inches, which is what she wants it cut off. Then we're going to gather and reattach. All right, Brooke, so earlier when we were sewing, you asked me what this was for. Watch what this point will do. I will go in here, get these, and it cuts them. You see right on the inside right there, it's sharp. It's also sharp on the end, but it's sharp right there. And I'm going to just cut these threads off. And then the trick is to not get the fabric. This is fabric. These are threads, and I only want to cut the threads. Do you have any questions?
No.
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let you try. If you look right here, you see how when I pull it, you can see, you can see the thread right there. I want you to take this, see if you can get it underneath that thread, and then push it. Wow. And then I pull, and then you're gonna do it again. See if you can get 2 of those threads. Yes, all 3 of them. Look at you. What do you think? What do you think?
I like it.
Now, and it's serged on the end. So you are undoing the stitching that was right here. Can you see that stitching that was right along there? You undid that stitching. Now we're gonna undo this part. I'm gonna show you how I undo this serging. What I like to do is, I like to get this, and just like you did, I run it under right here. Try to get all those threads out. And then go back under and pull. And try to get those threads. So you can tell the difference. Yep. Now remember to not pull toward the sleeve, but pull up a little bit. That's good. That's all thread. Yes. Pull. Look, it's coming off. Any threads that you see now, yep, you can get that one. That one's still attached. You are doing a great job. Nancy is going to be so thrilled that you helped to do that.
Why does this tool have that red dot?
That is a great question. Can I show you? I'm going to hold it for a minute. Sometimes when you seam rip and you don't want to accidentally poke the fabric, you put that end underneath the stitching. So like this stitching right here, let's see if that will fit underneath there. See? And it's a little bit safer because you're not going to poke the fabric.
That's cool.
Yeah. Do you want to, you can try it, but sometimes that is a little bit harder, but try it. Try using the red end underneath, because see, it's a little bit bigger, and sometimes it just doesn't get, so that works sometimes, and sometimes I think, I'm just going to be careful and use the sharp end. Look at you. So good, so good. Okay, I think we're ready to put a basting stitch. Oh, we got to cut it off. We got to cut this off. All right, can you find 5 inches on there, Brooke?
Right here.
Yes, good job. Can you lay 5 inches right over here? All right, that's very good. But we want to cut 5 inches off from this end. So we're going to put the ruler like this. And then we're going to make a little mark with this pencil to the raw cut edge. Right? We're going to do it right here. Now you see how I made a little mark right there? Can you make a little mark on this right next to the 5? Very light. Just barely so we can see it. That is very good. We're going to do it again. Right next to that.
I'm tracing the line so I know where to do it.
This kind of exactness impresses your grandma. Very, very, very nice. Okay. Now we're going to cut. But I think that grandma's gonna cut. Do you want to cut? Okay. I'm going to start cutting. And I'm going to show you, you're going to go slow. And you see how I'm not going to cut both layers at once. We're going to go around in a circle. You put your scissors in. And you open your scissors up enough that you're gonna go right to the next mark. Can you do it? I want you to go super slow so I can stop you if you're gonna do this wrong. Okay, now you're under both levels, so we're just gonna go under one layer. Now don't cut until we're ready, and put the tip of your scissors right where that mark is. Okay, we're ready. How'd you do?
Good.
I think you did excellent. Let's do it again. Don't cut till I tell you. All right, I think it's good. Cut. Oh my goodness. Brooke, look what you're doing. Do you do this at school?
Nope.
You don't do this at school?
Mm-mm.
This is kind of amazing. All right.
I don't do sewing at school.
Do you cut stuff at school?
I cut paper at school, yeah.
Well, this is almost like paper, huh? All right, let's do another one. Start right there. Go to that, see where the mark is? Do
Go?
it. Yep. Can you finish it up? But you have to be right at the edge of that one. Yes! Look what you did! All right, we gotta take this cuff apart and make it smaller.
Check.
I'm super glad I realized this before I got this all the way done. This will come apart. Okay, so here. How much are we taking off? Well, let's measure what I've got pinned right here. 1/16 of an inch less than 3/4 of an inch. Which hurts my soul to go to 1/16 of an inch. Nothing needs that much specificity, if I can use that crazy word. All right, Brooke. This is the cuff. You see the cuff?
Yes.
I took it apart. You see there's a seam on the inside? I'm gonna sew this a little bit closed so that it's tighter around her wrist, okay?
Okay.
I'm feeling laziness, and I'm just going to, I don't know if the camera can see white on white, where I've got the stitching line right there. So I'm gonna drop my needle.
Yes.
Right there. I'm gonna double check. I'm a little bit, I know. Why be this specific? This is the reason I'm not a quilter, is because I don't like being this specific. And take it off of basting. I had it on basting. Now we're going to sew it 1/16 less than 3/4 all the way down. You see what I'm doing here? So to gather, we're gonna go off of zigzag. We're gonna go basting stitch, which is the biggest hope we'll do. This is actually 6 stitches per inch, I think is what the basting is. But we are going to go around in this circle with the biggest stitch we can. So that means it's gonna go pretty fast. And we're gonna I'm only gonna do 3/8 of an inch because I know that that's how it was originally done, and I want to stay as close to 5 inches as I can. I want to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get the edge of my fabric to stay on that number 3. You see the number 3 right there, Brooke? See that number 3? I'm going to try to keep the edge of my fabric staying on that number 3, and tell me how I'm doing.
You're covering up the number 3.
Well, I want to keep my fabric along this line. You see this line right here?
Yeah.
That's where I want to keep the edge of my fabric. How am I doing?
Good.
Okay. Now, 2 things. If the camera can see, this is where I started stitching. White on white is hard. This is where I started. I'm going to sew right next to that past a couple of stitches. I like doing this because then I can gather the whole thing. Now you don't want to cut close to what you did. When you're gathering, you need a tail. So for now, I'm just sewing this cuff together. So now we have this shortened. And I had her practice taking this off with the pin to make sure she could get it on and off. Now we're going to gather this cuff. All right, Brooke, I'm going to show you how to gather. You see how there's 2 threads here coming off? There's 2 threads here and 2 threads here. I'm going to show you what happens when you pull one of them. You ready?
Yes. Wow.
I know.
I've done that before. It was like with something on a shirt or a shoe, and I pulled it, and it just kept going.
It's called gathering. Can you say that?
Gathering.
Yeah, it's just gathering so that it's smaller than what it used to be because it was way too big. And this is a way to make it fit. Now when I get all the way around to the other side, I'm gonna want to pull the same thread that's the basting stitch. And I don't know why, I can't decide. Why are both threads through the other side? I don't know. But I don't want to pull, I don't want to pull the wrong thread, so I'm just going to keep pulling it from one side. If this was a big waistband or something, I could pull it from both sides. And I'm going to make it kind of even, so there's no spots where it's not gathered. And now, Brooke, we have to get it the right size.
Okay.
So I want you to look at this and tell me, is this going to fit in here?
It's a bit long.
It's a bit long. Let's find our thread. It's the longest thread. Let's pull it some more so it's a little bit smaller. Let's move the gathers along so that the gathers are all kind of equal. That is way too big for you, huh?
Yeah, but we can just like I can just like do that.
But you know what? We could also make it skinnier for you if this was your dress. But this is not your dress. Now we're going to do right sides together and see how this fits.
That was hard.
So there's one seam on the sleeve and one seam on the cuff. I'm going to line those up and put a pin in it. You want to pick a pin? What color pin should we use?
Ooh, the gold one.
The only gold pin I have in the studio. Okay, gold pin. Now I'm going to put my fingers in here and see if this is going to fit. And it is going to fit.
That's a lot of thread.
Yep, it's going to fit really nice. Now guess what we have to do? Sew it together. Now I'm feeling like it's a little bit big still, but I'm going to start sewing on the edge that is not the gather. See how when I pull this, it gathers it right there?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start over here on the other side so that I can adjust it at the end if I want to.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start over here. We're going to sew on top of the gathers. Now I'm not going to sew at 3/8 this time.
You're going to sew it
at 4/8 this time.
Oh, okay.
At the number 4. So because we don't want our basting stitching to be seen. We also don't want these gathers to be huge. We want them to be small gathers. I'm gonna do something, Brooke. Watch what I do. Watch the needle. What did I do?
Wait,
Did you see? Let me do it again. Did you see what I did? I went backwards. Let's go backwards again. Ready?
That's so cool.
Did you see how I did it?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm gonna not go backwards again until I'm all the way done going around in a circle. So I've got to make sure that the gathers are not doing funny things. And where are those forceps? Oh, can I use those for a minute? Sometimes, look at that. Because my fingers are just big. And I want all of my gathers to be in the right spot. Now, can you see what's going to happen? My gold pin's going to get in the way. I'm going to push it in a little bit. Nice. Can I have a little more time? I know they're fun to play with, huh?
What is this?
That is, tell me how many numbers, how many inches are on there?
5 inches.
There's more than 5.
There's 6.
Yes, there are 6 inches on there. Now watch this one. Watch, Brooke, I gotta get this out. Will you put that away for me? Thank you so much.
I'm gonna put it in a very... I don't like how you like to do the colors in there.
You like the colors in different places?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the gold all the way over here so people don't see it.
Okay. How do you think it looks, Brooke? Oh my gosh!
What?
Oh, sorry. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Just a minute. I have to be mad at myself for just a minute. Okay. It's all right. It's all good. But now I have to take that out. I cannot believe I did that.
What happened?
Look. This is on the wrong side. This is the inside. This is the outside, and it's wrong. So we're gonna take this out. I'll bet you could pick up a piece of rice with those forceps.
I can carry this.
You.
I'm not carrying this metal piece. I'm carrying the red.
Oh wow! You have a really good.
Yep.
You're gonna be a great seamstress, Brooke. I don't know if you want to be a seamstress.
I want to try to knit.
You can do whatever you want.
You could even be a quilter.
No! Leah, you know you did it. You don't want to be a quilter.
Why?
Because your seam allowance goes to a 1/4 inch, and only insane people want to sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. No offense to quilters, but I can't imagine wanting to sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Like, that's my only problem. Because quilting is beautiful and creative and artistic. I just cannot sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance.
It just sounds fun.
Quilting is fun. It is. This is a quilter. A quilter did this. Look. She sewed all of these things together. My Aunt Ina is a quilter. She sewed these together. Look at these tiny stitches. And you could tell that there's like a 1/4 inch seam allowance in there. And it's all perfect. Like, it all is perfect. It is so much more perfect than I ever want to be.
Nothing's perfect.
It's true, Brooke. All right, now we're going to take this to the serger, and we're going to bind all of our raw edges. Okay, let's go. What do you notice about this serger, Brooke? What is the first thing you notice?
It's kind of
Well,
brown.
What do you notice about the machine?
Oh, it's different than the other one.
Yeah, it is. Because we've got 4 spools of thread. And the other one only had 1. And this is has a knife on it. It's going to cut off stuff that we don't need as we sew. Are you ready?
Wait, I see a blue jay out there.
Oh, there's a blue jay right there. All right, so we're going to press her foot up. We're going to put this under. And now we're going to... It's not cutting very much off because...
That's louder than the one over there.
It is louder. And it's kind of fun because if you watch the threads, they kind of dance a little bit when they're coming off the spools.
They do. Oh, yeah. I see this one.
Yeah, we should...
It's funny.
We should have called Baby a dancer. We should have called this machine a dancer.
Wait, or we should probably dance party.
Have a dance party?
Yeah.
That would be funny. All right.
There's so much machines.
I do. Her name is Baby because it's written right on the front of her machine. So look what
Baby Lock.
Yep, Baby Lock. You're a good reader. So look what it did. It put all of those little stitches on the edge so the raw edges are all covered. Now, if we turn it inside out,
it looks just like it's supposed.
it looks just like the original, huh?
It looks like it's not even inside out. Like this shirt is not inside out.
Right.
It looks like that.
How do you think Grandma did?
really good.
Thank you, Brooke. Thank you for watching this video. Here's what we've learned today. We learned how to gather. We learned how to shorten the cuff of a dress. And we have learned how to take out stitches. I showed Brooke how to take out stitches. We have learned all these things, and now we're gonna do the other side. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and pretty soon, there's gonna be memberships. Bye.